Butler with the ball. Outside Thomas. Right wing. Bosch going around him, and it's all evened up. Bosch has got 5 now. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of it.
And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
GA, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Big time play at the basket right there, fellas.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Catching up on the changes for the East. Andre Drummond's checked in for Bosch. Monroe comes in for Anthony. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Thomas.
And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
Jeff Teague, he's checked in for the East. Towns, the 10-footer finds the target. Towns has got his first bucket in this one.
Love the work there. They got the most out of that possession.
It's Drummond with the drive. Nice D from Nowitzki.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Screen by Monroe. They swipe it. And they're pushing it up. And it's the East with the rebound. Jackson kicks to Teague. Outside, Batum. Right side, Teague. 6 to shoot. Jackson has the open look. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Jackson's got his first 3 points of the game. From downtown, and that's good. For 3 points, a shot from James.
In the first half of his season, boy, how special has it been? He has been on a rampage.
Yeah, and he's got tremendous talent, and when he's fully healthy and engaged, I mean, he's really impossible to stop. That's what we've been seeing this year from him. Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
The West All-Stars with the ball. Hayward outside. Here's Jay. Hands the shot from the wing. Jay's got 8 points.
Well, let's say the defense being played here tonight might be a bit on the soft side from both teams.
Well, I know you're not surprised, are you? I mean, fast and loose is the way this game should be played.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Al Horford's checked in for the East. Love comes in for Greg Monroe. Horford kicks to Batum. Horford sets a screen for Batum. Inside, outside for Jackson. Pass to Batum. The feed to Jackson. No good on the triple. Lillard outside. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. West All-Stars lead by 4. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. A great event unfolding. 1 quarter of basketball already played. And welcome back, everyone, to this year's coverage of the NBA All-Star Game. And some changes here for the East. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Horford. Anthony comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Jennings in for Thomas. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Jay comes in for Russell Westbrook. And Paul subbed in for Curry. On the floor for the West All-Stars, Jay in at shooting guard. Davis is out there with Griffin. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's James in at the 3 spot.
Yeah, a little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Jennings dishes to George. Passes it to Butler. Here's the screen from the line. Anthony's shot is off.
And with room like that off the...
Look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots. And got it. Get the ball.
And it's sent back by George. Here's Butler.
Already he's looking at his third foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the third quarter.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the West All-Stars.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, and one thing.
Batum.
And now that's what these people came to see, just punishing the rim.
Boy, that was tremendous. That one will be worth some points in the dunk contest.
Jackson passes to Drummond. Kicks it to Batum. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating.
If you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. Both free throws good from Batum.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Here's Jay, powered down with both hands.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And a foul on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward. The East All-Stars have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
The free throw drops for Batum. What we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Greg enjoys that too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
T kicks to Drummond. There's the screen. Jackson in the corner. He dishes it to Monroe. It's rebounded by Towns. Clark, no question who's been in control of this game.
It has been all theirs, fully in control.
Nowitzki a screen. Pass to Jay. Plenty of space. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. And that's 18 points for Freak.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
The drive by Jackson. Second shot opportunity. Count that one. Drummond's got his second bucket of the night.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
That's good.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Here's Teague. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And that's collected by Nowitzki.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Jay. The three-pointer, no good. And the first half is now in the books. It's the West All-Stars up by 15. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
And we return to the NBA All-Star Game. One half is in the books, and the second half about to begin.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in this second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Here's Thomas. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And so in the game for the East All-Stars, Paul George is out there with Anthony. Then there's Chris Bosh. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Thomas in at the 1. Clock is at 3. Here's Anthony. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
Got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Davis sets a screen. Curry. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Curry's gotten it done so far from the field tonight, making 4 of his 6 attempts. Thomas up top, guarded by Curry. Good. And that's 12 points for Chris Bosh.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Got it. Let's get the
Curry
ball
passes
inside.
to Jay. The 3. No good. So the East All-Stars will take it the other way. Tipped away. Curry with the steal. Fast break. Here we go.
Let's get the ball inside.
Here's Jay. Drills it from outside. Jay's got it. Got 24.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan as he addressed his team. He made sure that everyone was on the same page and that the offense needed to run through Stephen Curry. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
And thanks for that story, Doris.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
From downtown, it's hauled in by the East All-Stars. George has got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside Thomas. Anthony, no one around. Offensive rebound. Back to Thomas. Second chance shot. Good on that shot. And with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Chris Bosh.
You got it.
Here's Jay. Misses the 3.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Thomas dishes to Butler. Bosh kicks to Thomas. There's a screen. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Bosh, the screen. and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
James, the pass to Davis. That's good. Davis has got 16 points.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Down low, here's Butler, and Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Pick by Griffin. Butler with the steal. And here comes the break. Here's George. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And that's 11 points for Paul George.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Curry passes to Jay. Feeds it to Griffin. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And Butler gets it to go.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
Big group substitution here for the East. Al Horford's checked in for Bosh. Love comes in for Anthony. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Jimmy Butler. Then for the West All-Stars, Gordon Hayward's checked in for Davis. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Steph Curry. It's good. Nice touch from James. 1:56 left in the third quarter of the game. Double team on Thomas. Love outside. For 3, Jackson misses. Jackson's gone 1 of 4 from the field. And there's the pass to Jay. Shot no good. The East All-Stars go the other way with it. Guys, their comeback bid had better get started.
I think there's still enough time for him here, Kevin. I think there's a good chance they can make it happen.
I don't know, guys. It's going to take a pretty big run to get back in this one.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Dishes it to Jackson. And he trims the lead to single digits. Jackson's got 5 points so far.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Jennings is checked in. That free throw good from Griffin. 58 seconds left to play in the third. Horford with a screen on Westbrook. Jennings kicks to Horford. 13 feet away. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Horford's got his first points of the game.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
And he drills it. Beautiful release there from James.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Jackson kicks to Love. Outside Jennings.
That's the wall.
Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Kevin Love. Fires the 3. No good from Jay. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. Batum dishes to Jennings. Fires, high post. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And that one's good. Westbrook
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Time.
Welcome, everyone, back to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game. A great night of basketball here on 2K Sports.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
On the court for the West All-Stars, Jay, he's in at shooting guard. Klay Thompson is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Towns, and it's Curry in at the point. George passes to Bosh.
That's a wall.
That falls. Nice feed that time from George. 16 points for Chris Bosh.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Stolen by Bosh. And here's the fast break. And it's blocked. Now Curry.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
To the left side wing. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Outside Jennings. Anthony sets the pick for Jennings. Back to George. Here's the three. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. The shot's good from Jay.
And you can just see his confidence is rising. Bucket after bucket from long range.
Butler in the corner. And he gets it to go.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
Here's Towns. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board. And here they come. Jumps up. And then George with the jam.
Are we seeing some high-flying efforts tonight or what?
Are we ever? I mean, they're doing some major damage to those rims.
Jay, the pass to Davis. He feeds it to Towns. Here's Jay. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Jay's got 36. And here's the East. It's a 13-point game. Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Bosh. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. With the minutes ticking down and the deficit still a big one, those adjustments have to be a chance worth taking, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
Yeah, teammate to teammate on the assist that time.
Well, the communication between them, that's what we see every game during the regular season, and it's on display here in the All-Star week as well.
And George kicks to Bosh. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Curry passes to Jay. Cannot hit. Some solid defense from Bosh. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, how about Paul George in this one? 13 points, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
And it easily could have been more. He's played an effective game at that end of the floor.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. James is checked in. The West All-Stars with the ball. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Jay. And the 3 off target. And George, here we go. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
Got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Here's Jay. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 5th assist in this one. Anthony against Davis. Anthony dishes to Butler. Kept alive. Here's Bosch. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And great effort on the boards, and what a move.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin.
The East All-Stars running out of time. Anthony kicks to Butler. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Here's Jay. And there's the call on James. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Timeout.
Third team foul. Timeout, East All-Stars.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. We're forcing the issue too much.
.144 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Outside for Thomas. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 6 assists here tonight.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
Jay, the pass to Davis. Stolen by George. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the West All-Stars.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
He's able to hit the second one, and that turns the lead to 6.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Curry passes to Jay. From past the arc. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. There's 1:17 left to play in the final quarter. Anthony kicks to Bosch. Puts up the baby hook. No good. The West All-Stars will go the other way with him. On the wing, James. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
You know, a good job by the defender of not getting fooled by the step back, but he still got the shot to fall.
And he lobs it up toward the rim, and it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Curry.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
No room for mistakes right now.
Here's Butler. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
And an intentional foul right there. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the 4th. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really an extraordinary game for Jay. He's got 39 points, and he's buried a ton of three-pointers in this game, too.
I think we need a calculator to keep track of just how many of those he's knocked down.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Well, it's urgent time right now. This is when they got to come up big.
Yeah, you got to get points here. I mean, there's no way you can get around it. You've got to be able to get baskets here in a short period of time.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
27 seconds left in the game. And they go to the intentional foul. hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
If you can't get the ball in, we have another timeout. Use it if you need it.
Here's Anthony. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Right side Bosch. And Davis pulls it down. And that's an intentional foul.
Davis. 2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. And Clark, maybe at this point, not much of a chance for a comeback.
I don't think it's going to happen, partner.
Yeah, you got a better chance of walking through a lion's den with pork chop underwear on.
Greg went deep for that one.
He did, but I'm hungry now. From deep 3-point range, off the mark. So it's the West All-Stars picking up the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong. But tonight, the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
You mentioned that all broadcast wrong, and sure enough, it came to fruition. That brings us to the conclusion of our All-Star coverage. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan wishing you all a very good...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and the All-Star Game action now in the books. So let's take a look back at some of the footage from our All-Star Game MVP. Freak. He had just an outstanding fourth-quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
What a special night for him offensively. Anytime you can get a player who's scoring up in the 40s, you know he was feeling it. And once he got rolling, his teammates were getting him the ball and just getting out his way.
Can you say freak-alicious? Watching this guy all season, I think most of us were expecting him to go off. He did not disappoint. It's a tremendous honor to be named MVP of the All-Star Game. Big-time career underway for this young man.
And that'll do it for this year's All-Star Game. Some splendid talent on display tonight. For Shaquille O'Neal and for Kenny the Jet Smith and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again to start up the NBA's second half of the season.